Welcome back to Lake Travis High School Art 1. Last time we talked about history of perspective and what linear perspective is, as well as how linear perspective is used in different careers. Today, we're actually going to learn how to draw simple forms using linear perspective technique. This is a class worksheet, which is also available for you to download on Schoology website. If you're not able to download, you will have different videos which you'll be able to do. So let's go ahead and get started with page number 2 of 1-point perspective packet. So we are going to create boxes in perspective. Remember those 3 different elements that makes linear perspective successful? Those were horizontal lines, vanishing point, and orthogonal lines. So I'm going to go ahead and define horizontal lines here because it's very lightly drawn on the worksheet. And we see vanishing point on the horizon line. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to follow box number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to ask you to do 5, 6, 7, and 8 by yourself. So let's go ahead and get started. First step, when you want to draw these boxes in perspective, I want you to connect the corner to the vanishing point, as you can see in box number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first. I'm going to go ahead and draw that pretty lightly. And I'm not really going to connect these two because this box is above the horizon line. That means I'm not going to see the top portion of the box. I'm only going to see the bottom portion. And because this box is literally right on top of vanishing point, I am not going to see the side of the boxes as well. So only thing that I really need to concentrate is the bottom surface of the box. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a parallel line of this horizontal line. So I'm going to line it up. And there we have it. Now I'm going to go ahead and outline this a little bit darker so that you can see. And sort of erase the hints of the orthogonal lines here. I'm going to go ahead and shade this. And it's okay for you to go outside the box. I actually prefer that so you cover the whole surface very lightly. Notice I'm holding my pencil far from the lead so that I can actually control the lightness of the shade. And I'm just going to go use my ruler and the eraser to have a clean edges. And there we have our first box, number 2. Let's go ahead and move on to box number 3. Now, this box is on the side, on the left-hand side of the vanishing point, right on the horizon, which means our eye level. I'm not going to see the top or the bottom of the box or the left-hand side. I'm only going to be able to see the right-hand side of the surface. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. Connect corner to vanishing point. I'm going to go ahead and do that lightly. Same thing here. And there's really no need for me to connect this unless the box is clear. And so I'm not going to go ahead and connect that one because I'm not going to see this side or that side of it. I'm going to go ahead and make parallel line. Now that we have 2 complete orthogonal lines, this line needs to be paralleled. I'm going to line it up this box right there. And I'm going to make it a little bit darker. And I'm going to go ahead and erase the orthogonal line because those orthogonal lines are just guidelines for it. And since box is not clear, I'm going to go ahead and erase the horizon line as well. I'm going to go ahead and start shading. Make sure your lines are compact, straight, and light. And I really don't mind going outside the box because I can easily clean that up with an eraser. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. clean that up. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and move on to box number 4. This one is on the left-hand side and below the vanishing point, which means I'm going to be able to see the top of the box as well as the right-hand side of the box as well. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and connect the bottom corner to vanishing point. And this corner to vanishing point. And this corner to vanishing point. Now, as I'm drawing, I notice that it's going to interfere with this box. I'm just going to go ahead and not draw over it, draw under it, so that I don't really have to redraw this box later. I'm going to go ahead and make parallel vertical lines. I'm going to line it up with this guy. And I'm going to go ahead and draw this horizontal line parallel, but I'm going to meet it at this corner because this is an L shape. I'm going to make that L shape right there. So we are done with that. I'm going to go ahead and erase orthogonal lines and shade. I'm going to just erase those circles and shade those boxes. Make sure your lines are compact, straight, and light. Well, we'll talk about how to shade properly next time, on next unit actually. Do not smudge with your fingers. That makes it really look flat. All right, and we are done. Now, as far as this box right in the center, I'm just going to imagine that this is the clear box and draw the orthogonal lines and make it sort of going inside the space. So I'm going to go ahead and connect this one to vanishing point, lightly done. The bottom as well. There we have it. Between these two orthogonal lines, we have this vertical line, which we are going to make it parallel. And I'm going to go ahead and make that horizontal line parallel. And go ahead and do that same thing on the bottom. And these two lines should line up pretty well. And just going to erase those orthogonal guidelines. And there we have it. So this will be the inside of those boxes. And I'm going to erase this horizontal line, same thing here. And it seems like a box that sort of recedes to one point. So there we have it. We have drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes together. I want you to go ahead and see if you can complete 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes on your own. All right, I'll see you at the next video.